The Art of War is an ancient Chinese military treatise dating from the late spring and autumn period. The work, which is attributed to the ancient Chinese military strategist Sun Tzu, The Art of War is composed of 13 chapters, and each chapter is devoted to a different set of skills or art related to warfare and how it applies to military strategy and tactics. To this day, The Art of War remains the most influential strategy text in East Asian warfare, and has influenced both Eastern and Western military thinking, business tactics, legal strategy, lifestyles, and beyond. So you're probably wondering, how does this ancient Chinese military book from 5th century BC China have anything to do with the strategies used by Aba&Preach in their beef with the Fresh&Fit podcast? Well, in this video, I will show you just how Aba&Preach use these principles from The Art of War to gain favor with the masses over Fresh&Fit, and what we can learn from this major fallout. Before we get into the strategies used by Aba&Preach, I just want to say I watch both channels and respect the success of both of them. This video is simply going to show you how effective The Art of the War and its key principles are to this day, even though it is an old military book. The drama between these two channels started when Aba&Preach gave critical feedback on a clip from a couple of months ago when Aba was on the Fresh&Fit podcast, and they reacted and debated whether or not men should pay for box, aka punani, and whether or not it should be legalized.
Picture this though, right? We're dealing with these girls behind the scenes in person, right? How they look at these guys that are paying is different from what they're telling you in person, because they look at you as, okay, he's paying a need that I have, but I don't respect him. And for me, I don't want I want her soul.
You ain't getting nobody's soul. Who the f you think you are, Ghostbusters?
This man said her soul. That's corny. That's super corny. Go ahead.
Here's something about me right now. I'm a little bit different because when I meet a chick, right, she would never know that I'm RP aware. Because I move so chill and so cool that, like, when she leaves my presence, she's like, yo, damn, where this nigga at? Because, real talk, I'll fuck a bitch. Take her to eat some dinner. Her belly's full. She's feeling good. Yo, babe, text me when you get home. She's like, damn, that was an amazing time.
Did you pay for dinner?
Beta!
This criticism came strategically timed after a social media influencer by the name of Nina Unrated claimed she was SA'd by the producers of the Fresh&Fit podcast.
Mind you, so they kept asking me for this interview, they kept asking me for this interview, they kept asking me for this interview. I finally said, I'm gonna get back to you, I'm not feeling well, give me 36 to 48 hours and I'll let you know how I'm feeling. I get the confirmation 2 or 3 times from them, okay? You guys are not gonna believe this, okay? Ready for this? Hey, do you do on your OnlyFans? I have all the messages, by the way. I have all the messages. And I said, why do you ask? Oh, because we've been interviewing stars and we want to get a video of you for our Patreon doing some stuff. If they cannot exploit you sexually, if they cannot make money off your image on Patreon, they will trigger these women. They will trigger these women. And when these women react to them, they start to record them. And then, because these women sign a waiver, they're going to take the women acting crazy and they exploit these women on their Patreon for money. And because I refused to give them my content or create content for them to put on their Patreon, after I booked a flight and a hotel, they canceled the interview. And everything was okay up until I said, no, A, I'm not going to fuck either one of you. None of you motherfuckers are getting this. And B, I'm not gonna let you out my image. Oh, well, we're interviewing stars, and if you can't do this and if you can't do that, I'm not doing it. That is harassment. You cannot tell somebody that, oh yeah, we have an interview, but if you really want this interview, in exchange for the interview, you're going to have to show me some on video. You're going to have to show me some on video so that I can take your image, it out, make more money off you, off my Patreon.
So how does all of this relate to The Art of War? 2 quotes from The Art of War stand out to me specifically. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike what is weak. It is the rule in war. If our forces are 10 to the enemy's 1, to surround him. If 5 to 1, to attack him. If twice as numerous, to divide our army into 2. If equally matched, we can offer battle. If slightly inferior in numbers, we can avoid the enemy. If quite unequal in every way, we can flee. Aba&Preach saw the attacks and allegations thrown at Fresh and Fit by Nina Unrated, as well as some other women that went onto the Fresh and Fit podcast, and realized in the midst of recent attacks on the integrity of the podcast, now is the optimal time to strike what is weak. Aba&Preach also have an ally in Nina Unrated, including both fan bases, and just like the Art of the War talks about, if our forces are 5 to the enemy's 1, attack him. And attack Fresh and Fit is exactly what Aba&Preach did. Chapter 1 in the Art of War talks about laying plans to gain insight on the enemy's weakness. Knowing the enemy enables you to take the offense. Know your enemy and know yourself, and you can fight 100 battles without disaster. Those skilled in warfare move the enemy and are not moved by the enemy. And knowing their enemy or competition is exactly what Aba&Preach did. They sat back and studied the Fresh and Fit podcast, looking for any weaknesses. One major weakness of the Fresh and Fit podcast is that one of their hosts, Myron Gaines, has a short temper and tends to get extremely passionate and sometimes borderline overly emotional when he disagrees with someone's point of view on a subject matter. One key component from the Art of War that Aba&Preach seem to understand and apply in this situation is that if your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Aba&Preach identified the Fresh and Fit podcast most likely a while ago, but Fresh and Fit were exploding in growth and overall strength. So attacking them back when the Fresh and Fit podcast was on fire and at their strongest would have made no sense. So Aba&Preach waited until allegations and lawsuits were being thrown at Fresh and Fit to unleash their attack on them, which came in the form of reacting to an old clip, whether or not men should pay for box. Using words in the response video like beta, saying Fresh Prince CEO is corny.
That's corny. That's super corny.
Saying people go on Fresh and Fit and disrespect them for free.
People go on your show and disrespect you for free.
And then finishing the video saying this about Fresh and Fit.
But that was a cap. That's a big old cap.
Big old cap.
Big old cap.
All the girls respect me.
Aba&Preach knew saying all of these things in their response video would elicit a most likely emotional response from Myron. And that is exactly what happened.
Our channel's better than yours. Facts. We get more views than you. We've been on less than you. We work harder than y'all. We cut our hair more than you. Like, yo, if y'all want to
we get more girls
than y'all. Free. Like, if y'all really want to do this nigga Preach is married, prior to a fucking beluga whale somewhere. And y'all talking shit. We're better than you. We make more money than you. We got a better channel than y'all. We get more views than y'all. The only thing you guys got on us is you guys been on longer. But I guarantee you, next year, this time, we're going to lap you motherfuckers. Because you know what? Facts. Nobody works harder than us. Nope. Period.
Because of the emotional response by Myron, Aba&Preach could now engage in full-on beef with Fresh and Fit and gain the favor of those watching. And in order to solidify their favorability amongst their viewers, Aba&Preach approached the disagreement from a moral high ground. The Art of War states, "He who occupies the high ground will fight to advantage." It is pretty obvious Aba&Preach used this opportunity to take the high ground by saying things like,
I'm gonna keep it really brief, right? I don't have much thoughts on their platform. Are they doing some good things for some people? I'm sure. I have no doubt. I'm not even denigrating that. We just came at them for their ideas with regards to paying for box and all this stuff. Thought it was full of shit. Meets the hypocrisy of these ideas. You preach to these men that they have to always seek this thing, that this is the way to live, that this is the best way, but you don't even walk the talk. That's what I find distasteful. It's like a Derek Jackson talking about be faithful to your wife, don't pay for box. Come to find out this man's cheating on everyone. How are you any different? Can you tell me? That doesn't mean they're not helpful to you. Maybe if you're one of their fans, right? Maybe they help you with finances, fitness. Maybe even they helped you with game. I don't know. But all we talked about were these ideas and how they were hypocritical.
Then posting follow-up videos talking about the importance of integrity.
People have asked, is this whole thing that's going on right now, this drama, is it fabricated for views? I want you guys to know, I would never fabricate something to boost our views. I would never fake some drama or fake some beef or do anything stupid like that to grow the channel. That's so against my values, I'd never be able to sleep at night. I come here to say all this because I want you to know at home that as great as money is, as great as this whole high value man making money and getting ladies and all this stuff, understand you got to sleep with yourself at night. Move through life with that sense of integrity. That's what matters. That's what matters. Out here talking about, oh, don't sleep with these people and these people. But then you're doing that behind closed scenes. How am I supposed to look at you? People talk about, why don't you go and have a debate with these guys? How can I debate with people who do not even live by the positions that they're trying to advocate to me? That's not a good faith discussion. Why would I go talk to a grifter? Someone who preaches something but does it behind closed doors. What matters to me is that people come and present themselves in their own authentic and on their own authentic character. There's nothing more important than that when it comes to these conversations. Money can't buy you that. All the fake Ferraris, all the renting out shit, nothing will over trump that.
Then sending out virtue signals to the younger male viewers saying,
so as a young man, if you're watching this, okay, I'm not selling no courses to you. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm just giving this to you the same way somebody else gave it to me. Shout out to Patrice. You deserve to sleep well at night. You want to get to the end of your life and look back and say, I try to do right by the people around me. I try to present myself who I really am and have the people either accept or reject me. That's it.
in raiding and plundering, be like fire, in immovability, like a mountain. Aba&Preach made sure they covered all their bases when planning this attack on Fresh and Fit. They organized their receipts they had on Myron and Fresh, saying things like,
even more, what I find really distasteful is you come to find out that Myron Gaines himself, right, the so-called pickup artist, the master, has his own seeking arrangements account, his own profile, all right? This is on the web, you can find it. This man's out here talking about don't pay for box, don't pay for box. He's on a website for sugar daddies and sugar babies. Okay. All right. You want to be a giant hypocrite? Do your thing. Okay. Then you come to find out this man's talking about, listen, if you we want burning desire from ladies. Ain't that what they say? Right? You want to get their best. So you got to earn it. Come to find out, this man's telling girls in the DMs that if they want to come on the platform, they have to and if they don't, he gets upset about it and he gets all pissy. Oh, you all my other boys. You won't me, then you can't get on the platform. So wait, you want to bang a girl who just wants to come on the platform for clout? And you think that's burning desire? You know what kills me about Fresh? Like, if you listen to him, you know he has no king. It's painfully obvious that this man, like, even when you go watch the vlogs that he does, he's like, he has this whole thing, don't lead with money. And like in a bunch of his videos, he's like, hey girl, I'm gonna shower you with gifts. Come on, we're gonna go shop for Lambos and Ferraris.
My friend owns a couple Ferraris and Lambos, and he told me that he can't. Well, he had to start very from the bottom, and anybody doesn't just drive a Ferrari.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You have to show that you
That better be just a friend.
I'm like, bruv, if it wasn't for your clout, you wouldn't be out here getting anything. Let's be real.
At the time of this recording, Aba&Preach have posted 5 videos in the past 3 days about Fresh and Fit, accepted a boxing match, and rejected the apology Fresh and Fit gave.
What do you think about their apology?
They apologized to their supporters. He didn't apologize to me or my wife or my country.
Therefore, the skillful leader subdues the enemy's troops without any fighting. He captures their cities without laying siege to them. He overthrows their kingdom without lengthy operations in the field. Aba&Preach were successful in the strategic takedown of Fresh and Fit without appearing to be the aggressor or fighters. Just like how in The Art of War, Sun Tzu talks about how skillful leaders capture the enemy cities without laying siege to them, Aba&Preach were able to capitalize off of Fresh and Fit and in the process take many of their subscribers from them and expose them to their channel, while maintaining a good image and reputation. So I'll leave you guys with these 2 quotes from The Art of War. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder, and crush it. All warfare is based upon deception. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the content and breakdown, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Be sure to comment on what you think about the whole situation below. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.